If you're over 60, you probably know the routine by heart. The doctor wraps that cuff around your arm. You hear the hiss as it tightens, and you hold your breath, just waiting for the numbers. Maybe you've gotten used to hearing that your blood pressure is creeping up, or perhaps you've noticed it yourself, that strange pounding in your ears when you lie down, or a constant, subtle pressure behind your eyes. You've likely been told it's just a normal part of getting older, an inevitable fact of life. But what if it's not? What if one of the most powerful tools in the fight against this silent threat isn't found in a pharmacy, but in a flower? What if a simple ruby red tea could offer a potent defense against one of the biggest health risks we face as we age? Today, we're exploring the powerful science showing how the hibiscus flower is helping people over 60 challenge the narrative of aging, one cup at a time. For decades, we've bought into a dangerous idea that after 60, our bodies are simply programmed to decline. And nowhere is this more accepted than with our blood pressure. We cut back on salt, we try to get our steps in, but for millions, the numbers just keep climbing. Here's the stark reality. After age 60, our blood vessels, the vital highways carrying blood to every single cell in our body, start to lose their youthful flexibility. They grow stiffer and more rigid. Imagine a new garden hose, soft and pliable. Now, picture that same hose after it's been left out in the sun for 20 years. It's stiff, brittle, and unyielding. When your blood vessels become like that old hose, your heart is forced to work much harder, day in and day out, just to push blood through that rigid system. This isn't just a number on a chart. It's a constant, grinding strain on your most vital organ. This relentless pressure is the silent architect behind some of our greatest fears. It's the unsteadiness that can lead to a catastrophic fall. It's the force that can rupture a delicate vessel in the brain, causing a stroke that steals our words, our memories, our independence. It's the strain that can ultimately lead to a devastating heart attack. Many of us end up on a frustrating treadmill of doctor's visits and dietary rules that don't seem to move the needle, until we reluctantly accept a lifetime prescription. And while these medications can be life-saving, they often come with their own list of side effects: dizziness, fatigue, a nagging cough that can diminish the very quality of life we're trying to protect. It can feel like a trap. But what if there's a way to support our body's own ability to find balance? For generations, in cultures from Egypt to Mexico, a vibrant crimson flower has been brewed into a tart, refreshing tea, valued not just for its flavor, but for its medicinal gifts. This is the Hibiscus subdarifa plant. While it may look like just a beautiful bloom, it has become the subject of intense scientific investigation from respected institutions all over the world. Researchers, cardiologists, and nutrition scientists are now confirming what traditional wisdom has known for centuries. This humble flower contains a unique blend of powerful plant compounds that can directly address the root causes of age-related blood pressure rise. This isn't about some magical, overnight cure. It's about something far more profound, an evidence-based, natural tool that can work with your body. It represents a fundamental challenge to the idea that our health is destined to decline after 60. It offers the possibility that you can play an active, powerful role in your own health story, using something that grows right from the earth. The science of hibiscus tea isn't just interesting, it's a message of empowerment. So how can a simple flower have such a profound impact on a system as complex as our circulation? The secret lies in a trio of powerful mechanisms that modern science is finally beginning to understand. First, hibiscus is a potent vasodilator. That's a scientific term, but the idea is simple. Hibiscus is packed with special antioxidants called anthocyanins, the same compounds that give berries their rich, dark color. These anthocyanins signal the lining of your blood vessels to produce more of a molecule called nitric oxide. Think of nitric oxide as a natural relaxant for your arteries. It's like switching from a narrow, rigid pipe to a wider, more flexible one. This allows blood to flow more freely with less force, taking a huge amount of pressure off your heart with every beat. Second, hibiscus acts as a gentle, natural diuretic. A primary driver of high blood pressure is excess sodium and water in your system. This extra fluid increases the volume being forced through your vessels, like overfilling a water balloon. Many prescription blood pressure drugs are, in fact, diuretics. Hibiscus works in a similar, but milder way. It encourages your kidneys to gently flush out that excess sodium and water, which naturally reduces the overall volume and pressure in your circulatory system. Finally, and perhaps most impressively, studies are revealing that hibiscus has a mild ACE-inhibiting effect. Now, ACE inhibitors are a major class of prescription medications for hypertension. They work by blocking an enzyme that creates a chemical that constricts blood vessels. The fact that a plant can mirror this sophisticated mechanism is remarkable. It doesn't mean it's a replacement for medication, but it shows hibiscus is working on a truly meaningful biological level to help keep your blood vessels open and relaxed. It's nature's own intelligent design at work. But you don't have to take my word for it. Let's look at the research. The scientific community has put hibiscus tea to the test in rigorous clinical trials, and the results are consistently impressive. One of the most widely cited studies comes from researchers at Tufts University. They ran a high-quality, placebo-controlled trial where they had adults with prehypertension or mild hypertension drink 3 cups of hibiscus tea daily for 6 weeks. The results were striking. The hibiscus tea group saw their systolic blood pressure, the top number, drop by an average of about 7.1 points. And for those who started with higher blood pressure readings, 129 or above, the effect was even more pronounced, with an average drop of over 13 points in systolic pressure. To put that into perspective, a sustained 10-point drop in systolic pressure is linked to a major reduction in the risk of strokes and heart attacks. This isn't a trivial change. It's a life-altering impact. Another fascinating, though smaller, study even tested hibiscus tea head-to-head against captopril, a common ACE inhibitor drug. It found that 2 cups of strong hibiscus tea each morning was comparable in effect to a starting dose of the medication for mild to moderate hypertension, but without the drug's potential side effects. And the potential benefits might not stop there. For many over 60, managing blood pressure goes hand in hand with managing weight. Some emerging research has shown that participants taking hibiscus extract saw modest reductions in body weight and body fat compared to a placebo group. It seems the compounds in hibiscus may help inhibit fat absorption and support metabolism, offering a potential 2-for-1 benefit. Because hibiscus is so effective, we need to pause for a moment and discuss something critically important. I need your full attention here. The power of hibiscus is also its biggest risk if it's used incorrectly. Because it can lower blood pressure so effectively, you should never use it to replace medication prescribed by your doctor. If you are currently taking any medication for high blood pressure, like lisinopril, metoprolol, or hydrochlorothiazide, must speak with your doctor before adding hibiscus tea to your routine. Combining them can cause your blood pressure to drop too low. This condition, called hypotension, is incredibly dangerous, especially for seniors. The symptoms can be sudden, a wave of dizziness when you stand up, feeling lightheaded or weak, blurred vision, or even fainting. For an older adult, a dizzy spell that leads to a fall can cause a fractured hip or a head injury, resulting in a permanent loss of independence. This is not a risk to take lightly. Think of hibiscus tea as a powerful natural partner in your health plan, not a substitute for your doctor's advice. It's a tool to be used intelligently. Working with your healthcare provider, your doctor can help you monitor your numbers and make sure you're using it safely to complement your existing treatment. If you and your doctor agree that hibiscus tea is a good fit, using it correctly is key. Here's a simple protocol to get started. First, get the right tea. You'll want to look for pure loose-leaf dried hibiscus, calicis, sometimes sold as sorrel or Jamaica. The species you're after is Hibiscus subderifa. While tea bags are convenient, they often contain lower quality, powdered flower parts. The pure, whole, dried petals will give you the most potent brew. Second, use the perfect brew method. The key is adequate steep time. Don't just dunk a bag for 30 seconds. Use about 1 to 2 teaspoons of the dried petals for every 8 ounces of water. Bring the water to a full boil, pour it over the hibiscus, and then this is the important part, let it steep for at least 6 minutes. 10 is even better. You'll see the water turn a deep, rich red. That's how you know you've extracted the good stuff. Third, start with the smart dose. Don't jump straight to the 3 cups a day, used in some studies. Begin cautiously with just 1 cup per day. Pay close attention to how you feel, and if you have a home monitor, check your blood pressure regularly. If all goes well and your doctor gives the okay, you can then consider slowly increasing to 2 cups a day to more closely align with the research. A final tip, hibiscus tea has a naturally tart, cranberry-like flavor. Instead of adding sugar, which works against the health benefits, try a squeeze of lime, a slice of orange, or a cinnamon stick. They taste great and add their own health-promoting properties. While the passing of time is a fact of life, the idea that rising blood pressure is an unavoidable part of that journey is a myth that deserves to be challenged. The science shows that hibiscus tea isn't some old folk remedy with questionable effects. It's a powerful, evidence-based, and accessible tool that can help support healthy blood pressure and cardiovascular wellness. It's not a magic cure, but it is a simple, enjoyable, daily habit that can make a measurable difference, empowering you to rewrite your own story of aging. If you found this information helpful, please consider sharing it with someone you care about. A simple share could be the first step in helping a friend or family member take better control of their health. And for more science-backed health tips to help you thrive in your 60s and beyond, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. Your health is your greatest asset. Let's protect it together.